Hello, and welcome back to the Global News Station. I am Xander Smith, your host, but I will not be on video today because we have a lot of footage that we can go through, so I figured instead of showing you my face, I'd just show you the footage. So, all of this happens 9 months after the Serbian split in the Balkans of Europe, where Russia, on November 12th, totaling 2.5 million soldiers, would begin their invasion of Poland. The first battle would be at the city of Trespol, just over the Bug River, where Polish guardsmen would hold off the first wave of Russian troops, but would follow the second wave of Russian troops. The Russian forces would eventually push them out of the city, and Russian forces would capture it. Back near Serbia, Russian forces would make a quick advance through what used to be part of the European Commonwealth territory of Serbia, and from there would make their way to the Albanian border, but then they were stopped by the Albanians. In southern Poland, Russian forces would capture Rzeszów. The forces who took Trespol would go to the next city of Siedlce. Lublin is captured in southern Poland. The Battle of Siedlce is a very short battle that would see major street fighting between the Russian forces and the Polish guardsmen. The Russian forces would end up defeating the Polish guardsmen and establish the road to Warsaw. The Battle of Sarajevo is rather short for the size of the city, but Russian forces bomb out most of the city before their troops would advance into the city and take it over. The Battle of Warsaw begins, and house-to-house combat is pretty much the entire battle. Rocket trucks on the Russian side would level multiple city blocks, and after almost 50 days of nothing but combat, Russian forces would encircle what was left of the Polish forces, forcing them into surrender. Russian generals would then give the order to hold any further advance until supply lines caught up. Let's get into the rest of the world. So, the United States, Canada, Mexico reinstate the Lend-Lease Act for all European Commonwealth nations, meaning European Commonwealth nations will be able to get all sorts of new supplies to help fight the war effort. Egypt takes over Tunisia. Italy, who is currently busy helping their allies fight off Russia, does not retaliate. The Rio Pact is established after the Buenos Aires alliance falls apart, so they can still pay back the war effort, or the previous war, and Russian submarines are deployed into the Baltic Sea to cut off Polish supply lines and destroy any ships that may have supplies or troops. Few other events. Of course, the Japanese alliance with China, which is a big shocker. The new Ebola plague continues to spread into southern Africa, and the very first interstellar voyage class starship is developed by NASA in a collaboration with the New World States. So, that is all I have for this episode of Global Politics on the Dawn of War Armageddon. Until next time, Xander Smith with the Global News Station, signing off.